I have a question for you. Have you ever felt trapped in a life that isn't yours? Like you're living a life, right? And you felt that, oh, I can be more. But it's just that I felt trapped. Have you ever felt like that? So let's start with my story. My story is a very tough one. I've been in a paid employment, but there is this thing that at every end of the month, you go for 50% of your salary. As the first child out of 6 children, there is this mentality in Africa, in Nigeria, right? Sometimes you assume the role of a second mother. Nobody appointed you to do that, but you assume that you're the second mother. So I'm the first child, and this thing happened to me. I will walk through the end of the month. I kept struggling. I'll use the money sent home, ensure that all my siblings are taken care of. But me that is working, I kept suffering. It continued like that for months, for years, until one day something happened. Our last born child got an admission. That was my early days marriage. So I discussed with my husband, and my husband said, okay, I'm going to help her with the payment. That was 300K or 400,000 then. Guess what? That admission ended up being a scam. 400K, remember, my salary cannot even carry me, and someone else helped out, and it turned out to be a scam. I told myself, you cannot disturb somebody's son again, right? If I don't have conscience, I would have gone for to tell my husband, this is a scam, please help us to pay money again. But I took a bold step and said, no, there must be something else to do. I was doing research one day, and I came across that the thing I'm doing online, like the job, the things that I do in my 9 to 5, I can actually offer that and get paid. That was my first journey into digital entrepreneurship. During my first month, I got a client who is still with us. That business is currently 8 years plus. That client is still with us. But that's not, I started that business, started making money and all that, but I still wasn't satisfied. During COVID, something happened. The online business I started, which the name then was the virtual assistant, continued, and COVID hit. When businesses were shutting down, that was when that business was growing. Like, we got our first international client, second, third, and we had 17 staff working from home. Remember, I started as one person. Now, I wasn't still satisfied. There's this burden. I kept wondering, what there's something missing. There's a missing piece. So one day an idea came about. I said, okay, instead of giving friends and family money during that COVID, why don't you teach them how to fish? I'm the type of person that don't like showing, I don't like coming out, I like minding my space. But when God gives you an idea, He will not allow you to rest. That was what happened to me, right? So if I close my eyes, this business idea kept coming up. You have to go and teach women. You have to go and do this. That was how SixFigureMom was bettered. SixFigureMom started in 2020 to help women monetize their skills, to help women to understand that they can be more. According to UNICEF, 31% of women are not in education, they are not in employment, and they are not in any training. This gap is huge, and we are going to be closing that gap by trying to accelerate action. The way forward. There are 2 things that we can do to move forward. 1, to close the geographical and the financial limitations, thereby unlocking the potential of remote work. The future is digital, and the economy is blooming. Women are not just witnessing the shift, we are driving it. We are going to drive this shift. We are no longer going to be waiting for opportunities, we are going to be creating them. Now let's talk about the 5 simple steps that will help you to get started. The first is identify your skills and strengths. You can't do much if you don't identify your skills. You can't break barriers, you can't move forward if you don't identify where your strength lies. So you need to ensure that if you think that, oh, I'm not able to do that by myself, there are mentors that can help you to identify your strength. Then we'll have the second one, which is learn in-demand skills. Some skills in this era pays more. Some skills in this era doesn't take you like a year or 2 years for you to get a remote job. Learn skills that are in demand. The third is build your online presence. Build your online presence. People can find you irrespective of where you are. Stop hiding, stop thinking that there's nobody that's going to find you. There are so many people, there are so many potential in you, there are so many people looking for what you have to offer. Then the fourth one is monetize and start small. Monetize and start small. There is nothing too small for you to earn with dignity. There is nothing too small for you to earn. Charge your worth. You've heard that several times, right? Charge your worth. Now, when people talk about charge your worth, it doesn't mean that you start high. It doesn't mean that you start low or you start doing things for free. No. Charging your worth means knowing that I am spending my time to do this and I deserve to be paid for that. The fifth one is network and stay consistent. See, I usually tell people, you have the skill, step out of your comfort zone. Don't think that I am too old, I am too young, that nobody is going to accept me. No. When you go out, try and network, talk to people about what you do. The highest thing that you can receive is, no, I don't want to do business with you. Or even when you send your proposal, the highest thing that can happen is that it's silent, right? You will not get any response. But it doesn't stop you. If you send proposal to 10 people, there's possibility that you're going to receive at least 1 or 2 responses. Learn to network and move out of your comfort zone. The future is digital, and the best time to step out is right now. The world is moving fast, very, very fast. It's time for women to move faster.